Chosen ones, the scapegoat mechanism, why the chosen are cast out. Welcome to the University of Isolation, where the chosen ones are not invited, but enrolled by divine assignment. Here, lessons are not learned in crowds, but in solitude, a sacred training ground where the chosen don't just learn how to carry purpose, but also learn how to survive being blamed for what they didn't break. Lesson 19. In today's lesson, we confront a spiritual reality few talk about: the scapegoat mechanism. Why the chosen one is so often misunderstood, cast aside, and falsely accused, not for what they do, but simply for who they are. If you've ever walked into a room and felt tension you didn't create, if you've been blamed for the dysfunction you actually tried to heal, if you've been rejected by those you tried to help, then this lesson is for you. Mystics and energy workers throughout history have said it plainly. Some souls are born to cleanse rooms, not to be welcomed by them. Chosen ones are spiritual mirrors. You walk into spaces carrying light, truth, and presence, and your energy, without you saying a word, reflects people back to themselves. If someone is full of shame, control, pride, or hidden wounds, your authenticity will feel like an attack. You make them see what they've been avoiding. This isn't just psychology, it's scripture. In Leviticus 16, during the Day of Atonement, the high priest would symbolically place the sins of the people onto a goat, then send it into the wilderness, banished, alone. This goat didn't sin, it didn't fail. It simply became a vessel for everyone else's unresolved guilt. This is where the term scapegoat was born, and it still lives today, only now it has new names. The black sheep of the family, the outcast, the misfit in the friend group, the whistleblower in the workplace, the truth teller in religious spaces. You didn't break anything, but they'll blame you so they don't have to look at themselves. René Girard, a French philosopher and Christian thinker, called this the mimetic cycle. He taught that humans unconsciously imitate each other, not just in desires, but in conflict. When tension builds in a group, instead of confronting the truth, people find a scapegoat to blame and eject. This isn't random, it's psychological relief. Girard said, "Scapegoating unifies communities in false peace. They believe they've removed the problem when in fact they've silenced the solution. To be an honest child in a home where secrets are buried, that will cost you. To question cycles in a family that thrives on appearance over truth, that will get you labelled. To seek healing in a church that prefers hype over holiness, you will be called rebellious. When they can't get you to participate in image protection, when they see you won't play the silent game, they'll label you as the problem, so they don't have to change." Jesus was the purest soul ever to walk the earth, and what did the collective do to him? They called him a blasphemer. They said he had demons. They twisted his words. They chose a murderer, Barabbas, over him. And then they shouted, "Crucify him!" not because he harmed them, but because he exposed them. Isaiah 53:3 says, "He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. We esteemed him not." Jesus is the blueprint, and if you are truly his, you will walk this same path. You will be misunderstood. You will be falsely accused. You will be the scapegoat in places you were called to serve. Being scapegoated is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of spiritual distinction. However, people often prefer comfort over clarity. So they push out what makes them uncomfortable, even if it's divine. You carry truth, you carry change, and that makes you a threat to the status quo. Energetically speaking, the soul must be purged before it can be truly elevated. This purging often comes through rejection. Just like gold is purified in fire, The chosen are refined through false blame, isolation, and injustice. You're not losing favor. You're gaining clarity. You're not being demoted. You're being distilled. If you're the one they always blame, if you've been cast out after trying to bring healing, if your presence brings irritation instead of applause, you're not cursed. You're called. You are walking the path of the scapegoat. And one day they will see that what they cast away was the very thing that could have saved them. And remember, the University of Isolation is not a place of punishment, but a place of purification, prophetic separation, and holy transformation. Where the scapegoated are not destroyed, they are sanctified, set apart, and sealed for glory. Thank you for watching until I see you in the next class. Like, share, subscribe for more soul food, and feel free to leave a comment or question down below.